Where's that gaming museum, John? About that gaming museum. Is there any word, any update about that at all? Is this ever gonna happen? Are you gonna admit that you con people, John, out of this gaming museum that you accepted thousands of donations for?
So today we're going to be covering AfroGamerDude, a YouTuber that had a bit of an impact when he was around for his 1 to 2 years, but might even have a bigger impact now that he's gone, and we'll get to that later, but basically he got scared off the internet. He was what we call an edgelord, a shit talker, a bully, and yet I find his videos actually pretty funny, and I think I like them more now than if I'd actually found his channel when he started it around 2019, 2020. Because at that point, nobody knew exactly where he was going to go, if he was going to take off with this type of content, or if he was going to crash and burn. Well, we know now. He's a hypocrite, and he crashed and burned. So I feel like enjoying this content is a little more moral now than it would have been back then. His channel has been deleted, but some of his videos have been archived and uploaded to other YouTube channels, and it seems like his most popular, famous, if you will, series was 50 Reasons Why. So he would choose someone, Pete Dorr, and say 50 reasons why Pete Dorr is a loser, 50 reasons why Metal Jesus Rock sucks. And he would, off the cuff, with basically no editing, read off a list of 50 reasons why he doesn't like this person. Some of them would be ridiculous and nitpicky. Some of them, like in this clip, were actually kind of funny. In this case, he's talking about the Pete Dorr merchandise store, which is still up. And his merchandise does look ridiculous. He has cups that say Dorgasm and pillows where he's like throwing up. This is not very appealing, and poke fun at this makes complete sense.
Number 40. God, hold on. I'm sorry. He has his own. He has his own. He has his own merch. He has his own merchandise on t-shirts and pillows of his dopey ass looking face. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, how would that look? How would that look if you had friends over? And they come in here, they see your bedroom, and you got a goddamn pillow with Pete Dorr's face on it. They think you're a serial killer. Also, the wife does not want to sleep with goddamn Pete Dorr. I mean, that's for goddamn sure. Who the fuck buys a pillow? Who is this meant for? Who does this pillow appeal to? Like, I'm serious. What the fuck, man? Who does this... Who the fuck did you... Oh, God. There's people out there, oh, you can find a person to buy goddamn anything. Oh my God.
But he decided to focus his channel on going after, making fun of, and sometimes exposing, actually making good points at times, video game YouTubers. But not just any video game YouTubers, not like the big dogs. He's not going after like the easy JonTron controversies that everyone was talking about. No, he decided to go after old school video game YouTubers like Pete Dorr, Metal Jesus Rocks, The Immortal, John Hancock, Radical Reggie, Dreamcast guys, people that actually have subscribers that are around the 100, 200, 300,000 range, and Happy Console Gamer as well. So not even like the huge Minecraft guys, or this just seemed like a very odd choice. Why go after these guys? Nobody's talking any trash about these guys, and they're not really super big to the point where people would do like commentary videos on them. There's whole channels like Turkey Tom that talk trash, you could say, but really kind of expose some of the seedier side to Instagram, TikTokers, YouTubers. I mean, who hasn't done a billion videos on someone like Fousey losing his mind? But Fousey is gigantic. He's huge. Vitaly is huge. These guys aren't, and I think they didn't expect this heat either, because why would they target Pete Dorr, who has 100,000 subscribers, and at the time really wasn't even making that many videos? John Hancock, who at this point gets like 1,000 to 2,000 views per video. Why target them? But that's maybe the genius of it. He grew up with these people and he wanted to release his frustrations on him and accuse them of a lot of things that he was doing that we'll get into later, such as living in his mom's basement. AfroGamerDude lived in his mom's basement, but he constantly accused other people of doing it.
Funny that back then they had to advertise through VHS tapes. So the next one here, there's a funny story behind it. On eBay, you know, sometimes you check auctions, buy it nows, and sometimes they're really low, right? So what would you do if you saw Suikoden 2 for the PlayStation 1 with a buy it now for, I believe it was $10? I bought it like almost the second it went up, and the guy kind of delayed the shipping a week. I actually had my mom call up and pretend that I had some kind of like Down syndrome and I've been like dying for this game my whole life, and when did he send the game out? So the guy finally did send the game out. He did realize, he looked up past auctions and he realized that he sold it way too cheap, considering that a complete copy like this normally goes for at least $100. But I got Suikoden 2 on eBay for less than $20. I guess you can call.
Oh my god. Today's topic of discussion, today's roast is Pete Thor. 50 reasons why Pete Thor is a fucking loser. Here we go. Number 1. Yeah, start off with the big one. Oh, this guy is fucking idiot, man. He faked a... Oh, okay, so there's an eBay seller selling Suikoden 2 for $20. And which is way too low of a price. This game goes for probably like 100 or so. And he declares proudly on his YouTube channel, he says, what would you do? What would you do if you found a copy of Suikoden 2 for only $20, he said. So he bought the game, and the eBay sellers seemed to be delaying the shipping a bit. Likely because they were not feeling the sale. They probably didn't want to go through with it, right? But Pete Thor decides to come up with the brilliant idea. Only the wonderful mind of Pete Thor could come up with this brilliant idea of having his mommy call this eBay seller and making up this whole sob story that it's for her mentally ill son with Down syndrome. So then the seller said, oh yeah, okay, I'll go ahead, right ahead and send this. Okay, sure. So you literally conned an eBay seller out of a fucking PS2 game by faking a mental illness. And then you got your mommy involved. You had your mommy facilitate this lie for you. You're a piece of dirt. You're a piece of shit. Oh my god, Pete Thor, everybody. Oh my fucking god. Oh. God, it's funny too, because even on that video, I actually got ripped a bit in the comments, which I didn't expect. Yeah, he has it unlisted now, but we found it for your viewing pleasure.
But actually, the YouTubers that I used to watch, in fact, the YouTubers that I'm probably going to be covering on this show, so I thought it'd be interesting to look at AfroGamerDude and point out the stuff that I think he actually got right. Point out the fact that this guy was obviously spiraling and going to crash and burn and was completely projecting on a lot of these videos. He said that people were unhappy. Well, we learned that he was unhappy. He said people lived in their mom's basement. He constantly said this all the time. Like the old meme of like, you live in your mom's basement. But he would say this so much that you're like, huh, does AfroGamerDude live in his mom's basement? Well, we learned later, yes, he does. He lives with his mom in his late 20s. Which, okay, I mean, that's all right. You could do that. But, of course, it's classic projection. That's why I think covering him now is, as I said, better than covering him at the time, where I would have been a little more turned off by this type of content, because who knows? He could have got a gigantic channel and completely ruined all these people's careers. That's not what happened, though. He ended up getting doxxed and ran away scared like a little girly man, despite the fact that he called for doxing of people. You know, that irony. And even now, these are all re-uploads of his stuff. Even now, they get a fair amount of views. And this is all stuff that's re-uploaded. He didn't have a gigantic channel, but it did seem like it was growing a lot. I'm trying to find some screenshots of how many subscribers he had. It seemed around 3,000 to 4,000. But he was definitely making waves by going after people that nobody else would go after. Because why would you target Metal Jesus Rocks? Why would you target Pete Thor? Especially at that time, Pete Thor had wasn't really even making content that much anymore. It just seemed like these people weren't big enough, while Metal Jesus Rocks at this point is closing in on 1 million subs. This was back in 2019, 2020. He was smaller back then. And he would do this all off the top of his head. Now, this is pretty impressive. What you will see watching his channel is that he knew absolutely no amount of editing or anything like that. He didn't seem to even try. He records everything off of his iPhone, which he shows sometimes. And even when he would show someone else's video, he wouldn't like screen capture it and then show it like I have the amazing ability to do. He would just film it. Like, he would take his iPhone and just film it off his computer. Still, he got a fair amount of views, and maybe it kind of added to his content. This kind of guy who just wanted to talk shit and not really do anything else.
Early access to my collecting videos in exchange for Patreon money that you directly donate to me, which is handy when everybody runs off to eBay after my videos go live. Yeah, so literally. And now dude, P-Door's literally doing the same shit that MJR did. Literally the same fucking shit. And he defended him this like, I don't see how dare people attack MJR over this. It's not his fault that he intentionally and purposely releases these Gems videos counting on the fact that they artificially inflate the prices of games. Yeah, the fact that he tells people that, yeah, he'll give you access to Gems videos early if you give him money on Patreon, which he tells you is useful because everybody runs off to eBay after the video games go live or after the video goes up. So that you're literally paying MJR to give you early access to a video. These merchants pay him money and then they get all the info on these games that are going up so that they can buy up all the copies, and then everyone else who sees the Gems videos a day or two later, who's looking to buy up all this stuff, all of a sudden the game is twice the fucking price. Yeah, that's not a scam at all, no. Oh, how dare you? How dare you call out MJR for that? Yeah.
And like I said, I think there actually is a talent here. If it was just steered towards something a little more positive, just like some of the criticisms that we'll go over, like the Metal Jesus Rocks RV scam, and I do think it was a scam, is a legitimate criticism. That was ridiculous that he asked for $50,000 to go on an RV trip for a month. Ridiculous. RVs don't cost anywhere close to that much, especially if he was renting them. Or the John Hancock Museum, which John Hancock asks for requests for games. So send him games, send him money, send him games, and he'll open this amazing museum. Well, he was calling this out in 2020 that the museum has not opened, and well, it's 2025 now, and there still is no museum. He's hoarded all those games, taken all those donations, and done God knows what with it. This is worth calling out. But once you put yourself as the main villain, as the bad guy in the video game, as the horrendous person who's kind of irredeemable, at that point, you can't really walk your way back. Like, if he was trying to get in contact with any of these people or debate them or anything like that, he went so far in insulting them and cursing and just yelling at them and making fun of his families and everything that they would never, ever even attempt to talk to someone like AfroGamerDude. You know, there is a space for this type of content. Reminds me of something like Red Bar or something like that, where he just goes so far that he's not even trying to, like, debate.
Oh, guys, we got shit to discuss. Okay. There's one thing I've known about here for about a week now, and then there's one that's entirely new to me. So, MJR has both been trying to hide some shit, along with, yeah, there being a new MJR scam that's been unbeknownst to me for some time. But first, the Patreon. So, before we get into the new scam, let's talk about the old scam. All right. So, MJR here. What this guy would do. And I have to refer to an old video of mine, because MJR has now officially deleted this from his Patreon 100% because he's so fucking scared, I guess, of my, just what my tiny channel has to say. This guilty is sin that he just had to completely delete his words entirely. So, in my opinion, it's an admittance of guilt if you delete something on YouTube. Okay, or if you delete something, if you hide something, that means you're guilty, you're ashamed. There's something you're looking to hide. That's just my personal opinion. But let's take a look at this here. So, okay. Well, I'll show you this in a bit. Okay, let's look at my video first, okay, of what his Patreon actually looked like. So, this is my first This is what his Patreon looked like. Okay, so right here, as you can see in the video, you can watch this whole video for yourself. Metal Jesus Rocks is innocent. This is his Patreon description. Hey there, I am the Metal Jesus. I am the Metal Jesus. And what I love to do is release kick-ass gaming videos and nerdy videos every Friday for you, but I want to do more. For only a few dollars each month, you can help me dedicate more time to making awesome videos for my subscribers and get some fun perks for you. Why not support the videos you love to watch each week? Early access to my collecting videos. Early access to Hidden Gems videos. If you pay him money, you can see a Hidden Gems video first. Which is handy when everybody runs off to eBay after my videos go live. So, yeah, this man here managed to make a scam with these Hidden Gems videos where he inflates the prices of retro games. But if you give him his payout, you give him his money, you give him his cut, give him extra money, you get to see the Gems videos first. So you can hop up on these soon-to-be inflated games at a cheaper price, because instead of paying like double, triple, whatever for the game, you pay him a couple extra bucks. You schmooze him over with a couple extra bucks. You see the video early. Now you get to buy up these games early, and you get to be the one reselling them or getting them for the cheaper price, whatever, you know, whatever suits you, floats your boat. But you get what I'm saying. Complete racket, complete scam with these retro game prices. Complete and utter bogusness. Now, he's counting on the fact that like shitty merchants subscribe to his Patreon. He makes money off the scammers, and the scammers make money off of you. Okay? This has been on his Patreon for 5 years before I uploaded this video. This description has never changed. When was, yeah. Oh, yeah, so 1 month later. In the span, I don't know exactly when this happened, but within the span of 1 month after I uploaded this video, or no, 2 months, I guess. Yeah, 2 months. He edited his Patreon that's been untouched for 5 years based off of what my tiny channel had to remark or say about this Patreon, because that's how fucking guilty as sin this guy was. He was like shaking in his frickin' socks, okay?
Well, that's AfroGamerDude. I might do more on him later, since there's so many videos of his to go over. But this is running a bit long. So check out my other videos. I did one on Jedi and one on Armac21. We'll be covering other video game YouTubers and just old school YouTubers in general from the 2005 to 2010 era. Thanks a lot.